You ugly mutt. I think you finally earned your wings, buddy. Just for the record. Thanks.
Alright, hey guys, what's up? This is my Dead to Rights review. Yeah. It came out, I think, last year. It's basically, it's the third in this series of, 2 other games. It's Dead to Rights, so basically you're this cop, and, what this series is known for is you have your dog with you. And, basically Shadow can, like, attack enemies. He can, he does like the stealth portions of the missions. He's a really good assist character essentially, and they bring him back for this game, and he's awesome. But it's a fairly basic action shooter. The entire game is only 10 levels long, each level being maybe an hour long, unless you get good at speedrunning, and then it depends on your difficulty also, because on there's 3 difficulties. On medium though, I was working on some of my other achievements, and I was beating some of the levels in like 20 minutes. So, if you're playing on the lower difficulty, you're probably going to blow through this game. But, yeah, so Dead to Rights. I guess I'll start with the story. Story's pretty basic. It starts off with one of those, like, split time scenarios where, like, it starts off later in the story, but you don't know any of this stuff yet, so they have to, like, flash back to it. So, starts off around mission 7, I think. Yeah, 7 or 8. But after the first mission, the prologue, it puts you back to mission 1, and basically this tower gets hijacked by terrorists, and you have to go in there because the precinct you work for are like pussies, and they don't want to like put the hostages in danger. So you go in there, you save the day, you find out who's in charge, and he has like military backing, and it's basically like a conspiracy. You're trying to figure out who's funding this like terrorist group that's in your own like government and stuff. But somebody close to the main character dies. That gives him his vengeance like purpose in the story. The character himself, Jack Slate, he's basically Jack Bauer, like Jack Bauer without a daughter, I guess. What I mean by that is he's like this guy who's like, he fights for the good no matter what. Like, he doesn't care if people look down on him, like if it makes his like partners and stuff look down on him or anything. Basically, he always fights for the good, and he makes it fairly obvious. He'll do anything to get to the good, and he basically goes on a rampage throughout the city, just killing terrorists and gangs just to find out what's going on. But the story's probably not going to be the reason you're going to be playing this. I mean, it's very basic. The voice acting could be a bit better. However, they do bring in a fucking amazing voice actor. They bring in, I forgot his name, but he voices Campbell in Metal Gear Solid. Colonel Campbell. Yeah, he does him. Who else? I think, yeah, that's about it, all I recognized. Voice acting and music, like the whole sound department, it's not good. Like, I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's average. That being said, gameplay is probably the highlight of the game. It's very fast, and I mean, it could have been faster. Like Stranglehold, for example. In those games, you're slow motion, diving left and right, sliding over cover, going into cover, very fast and fluid. But this game, it's not quite as fast, but it's like they get rid of the whole diving thing from the first game. I'm not sure if that was in the second game, but basically in the first game you could go diving like backwards, forward, diagonally, however you wanted to dive. And when you're diving, you could shoot while in the air still, like Matrix and stuff. So they got rid of that, but they kept the focus meter, which is like your slow motion. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool that they kept that. A little disappointing that they took that out though. My only problem with the gameplay also is the camera. Basically, like when you zoom in with your left trigger to get a better shot, it zooms in really far. Like, I wish they made it so it didn't zoom in so far, because basically it's like really close up on his shoulder and his head and his gun, and you can't really see that much like coming towards you from the sides. The camera could have been a little bit better. I think that's about it for gameplay I had issues with. I mean, it's a very fun action game. Nothing more, nothing less. I think that's about it for gameplay. I should say the graphics are average, nothing amazing. Yeah, I think that's about it. In the end, it's just a really good action game, I guess. I mean, it's worth a rent. I wouldn't buy it unless, I mean, on GameStop, it's probably like $20 or so. I rented it, but like I said, on GameStop or some other store nearby, they might have it for pretty cheap. Let me check it real quick. Yeah, it goes for $20 at GameStop. I might buy that. I mean, I'll probably wait for like a $10, $5 to $10 one, just because I've already beaten it before. But it might be a fun game to go through one day. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd say just rent it. It's a nice action game. It's a nice action game. Plus, it only took me like 15 hours to get all the achievements.
Come on, boy!